Hello, my name is Shalisa Brent, and I will be doing a presentation on the role of gender in our society. So, to begin with, I did the BIM sex role survey, and the questions that followed were: Is it an accurate, um, or adequate measure of gender measurement? I do not believe that it is an adequate measure of gender. Um, the survey was a series of questions on if you're shy or if you're aggressive, if you are a leader, if you are demanding, if you are loving, caring, all of those types of questions. And I do not think that those traits specifically qualifies a person to be a male or female. I think that a person um, will have traits of, I think the way that a person acts and the things that they do are a reflection sometimes of the way that they were raised. Um, so for instance, if a male was raised with many women, he may have some traits that, a lot of women have versus a male that was raised around just maybe more men. They may not have that, but it doesn't mean that that man is somehow, determines if he's a woman or a man. I don't think it's just an adequate measurement. It is just a test on the kind of traits that you have as a person. Can gender be viewed as a dichotomous variable? I don't think that it should be, or it can be viewed as a dichotomous variable. I think that men should be viewed as men and women should be viewed as women. I think that, for instance, myself, I am a woman that was raised with many men. So there are traits that I found in the BIM survey that may be traits of a male. In fact, my results from the survey, I had my scores, both of my scores for men and women were above a 4. So that means that I'm an androgynous. So I have just as many male traits as a woman as women traits. That's what the survey predicted. But I don't think that it could be viewed as a dichotomous variable. I think it should be viewed as a single variable, men versus just women or just men. Um, so So the role of gender in our society, how gender is measured, what to do if gender is unclear. So there are, viewing the various videos of the athletes that were performing on a women's team, like the woman basketball player that was a man, and he showed up as a woman, reappeared as a woman on the basketball team. Well, a gender test can be performed, and so when I did the gender testing app, interactive app for female athletes, I actually did enjoy it. I did like that app. It was pretty interesting. Defining male and female is very complex. Um, there are multiple perspectives of how to view men and women. Many of them are guided by the social values today, social customs and cultural customs of today. Um, I did agree with the makeup of the gender testing, which is the anatomy, which we all know is the organs and the bones, other parts of the human body that makes men and women different. Um, and then the secondary anatomy, sex characteristics would be the visible parts of the body, that include chest hair, facial hair, if you have breast or not. Those are things that you would classify as anatomy as a woman or as a man. Physiology would be different, would be the differences in the concentration and effects of specific hormones between men and women. The chromosomal makeup, which are in our cells. Men typically have X and Y chromosomes. Women have X, have two X. They have X and X chromosomes. So that's another component of the gender testing. And then the genetic makeup is another important role in the gender testing. The specific genes are identified, whether the embryo will be a male or female. That goes on when a woman is pregnant with a baby. So, and a couple of other things that are in the background of gender testing, that would be the gender identity, and that's how the person presents themselves as a male or female, and that's how they, dress and act. Kind of like what the BIM survey was pretty much trying to relay. If you have these traits, you're a man. If you have these traits, you're a woman. And then gender role behavior is another way for, just how men and women act. So what do I think is fair and what is right for how to classify a person as a woman or a man. I think that in looking at the videos, I don't think that a person that is born a man should be able to, that's had a gender change, should be able to compete against people that are born women. I think that because of the natural testosterone that is formulated in men, we know that naturally makes them stronger. And I understand that the estrogen, when a born man has a sex change, that they take estrogen, and that it's supposed to replace the testosterone. However, I do not believe that it is. I still think that it is just unfair. They still have an advantage as far as strength is concerned, as being an athlete competing against other people that are born women. And then vice versa. I mean, women shouldn't, I think women that are people that are born women should not compete against people that are born men. I just don't think that that is a fair or equal competition environment. So those are the, so in essence, I think that the gender test would be fair to do in, I know in our society we have to face these types of issues and these types of, this subject matter. Gender test, I do believe, would be the fairest way to decide if a person is a woman or if the person is a man. So that is my analysis of the gender role in our society today.